Well, guys, it looked like I picked a good time to start silver coverage because we have absolutely demolished that zone of resistance. We saw some pullback that was needed consolidation on sub time frames, but the daily chart shows us that we are absolutely crushing it. And we have a current high of our daily candlestick, 1599.132. So leading ideas to the fact that we've got a resistance at 16 psychological, that sort of thing. But pretty impressive move by the bulls so far. Daily RSI just hitting 71.90, so we do need to see some consolidation here. Backtesting that zone of support may in fact come to pass as a area or a trend line of support for us. So we'll see what that develops there. But today is really just going to be a breakdown of the action that happened and how we could have recognized that we were actually going to continue to the upside rather than seeing a slowdown and eventual pullback. So what happened here? Well, we had our high 1569 we talked about yesterday. We came down to our low 1553, and we actually even broke that 1552. But ultimately, we got into a little bit of an EQ situation. So we can look at these levels. 1552 is going to be our low. 1566 is going to be an area we were very close to a double top. So the fact that we had this low 1552 come up for a lower high 1566 and then coming down to 1555 and then moving to the upside, ultimately it comes down to this level 1566.701, and that's because if we go to a smaller time frame, we can see how this area acted as an area of double top resistance. So 1566, we come back, we get a 5-minute trend change, we get a double top, we get a rejection, but ultimately it's going to be that higher low that we have on the hourly, come back, and as soon as we pierce 1566, we break 1569, setting a new high, volume starts to really pour in. We see that this EQ or this consolidation is going to be committed to the upside, and the volume absolutely picks up and we take off on a complete rampage. So these levels, especially when you get into double top scenarios, inside little equilibriums, inside areas of consolidation, those can act as trigger points for you. So when you see them breached, and when you see them breached with volume increase, that tells you that you have a move and you have the people behind that move who agree with it. So to say it another way, if you have one person casting a vote for a break on 1566, who cares? It's just one person. It's small volume. It doesn't matter. But when you get thousands and thousands of transactions and people buying at this level, that tells you that the overall market agrees with the move and it's going to support the move and its continuation. So that break 1566, we get a pop, we get a pullback, and then we just go on an absolute tear. So what do we expect next? Well, we need some hourly consolidation. Our hourly support levels are currently going to be the low of this dip at 1587 372. I'm just going to go for the first two digits, 1587. We've got our low there, and we're starting to see a little bit of hesitation. We got a shooting star candlestick answered immediately back by another bullish candlestick currently forming a with 8 minutes left to go. A nice little indecision candlestick, but you know what? This is hourly consolidation. Consolidation can be sideways, it can be down, it doesn't really matter. As long as it allows these periods to cool off and our RSI to cool off, it's all good. 15-minute time frame, we have our high 1599, and then we have a 15-minute low support. Actually, we got a couple that we're going to pay attention to here. We've got our low. Let's get those magnets going. 1594, and then we've got our low up here, 1596. So what we want to see is a high over that 1599 level for good upside continuation, but no real red flags other than that high RSI. And for our targets, what are we looking at here? Should we see a continuation to the upside? Well, our next resistance on the daily is 1625 and then 1731. So potential for a lot of good continuation and a lot of good moves if the gold bulls are able to break out of their daily EQ, which they may have done right now as I'm watching this video, because we're very, very close to it. That continuation may carry over into silver and see us ride this even further. So very exciting times to be trading metals and a lot of good setups here. Look for those daily consolidations, look for those profit opportunities, and look for things like pennants, bull flags, good counter trends, descending wedges, that sort of thing. Those trend changes, all of those things are going to be tools that you can use to find good entries for these upside continuations. So we'll continue to follow this through, and we will see how long this party lasts. Thanks for watching, and I appreciate your views and comments and everything that you guys do. Take care.